This woman has changed her life in only 3 years because she thinks the Russian leader is head over heels for her. They communicate through dreams, visions, photos, and his tie.
Hello.
No phone calls, video chats, or meeting face to face. You would think it's not a big deal for someone so powerful as the leader of the biggest country in the world, yet here we are. Not only that, but this woman is so powerful, she has stopped 4 wars with the power of her mind. I don't know if this can be categorized as catfishing. Probably not, because there needs to be 2 people involved, the catfish and the victim. Here we just have a victim, and that's it. I don't think Putin is involved.
We'll get him next time.
Confusing, sad, and delusional. Everything Dr. Phil embodies. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It really helps. We're gonna be talking about Jennifer. When the episode was posted, she was currently homeless because she believed that Putin was going to snatch her in any minute. So she got rid of everything and is living through people's kindness and motels. Her kids don't know what to do because this was a shift in her personality. They didn't know it was gonna happen.
My mother says Putin is going to make her the Queen of Russia to help run his country.
Fun fact, Jennifer doesn't speak Russian, so I'm intrigued in how is she going to rule a country speaking in English. She is not going to be the popular bride over there, for sure.
He had posted this picture, a good evening, and that was the night before I arrived in LA. These are the trees outside of La Park here, so he already knows where I'm going, what's being set up, all that stuff. And so this is how Vladimir and I, we communicate through pictures.
Like I mentioned in the beginning, Jennifer talks to her Russian lover through pictures and dreams. She also thinks she is super important, politically speaking.
So what he's telling me here is that if the US does not sign that peace treaty with North Korea, we're going to do a similar type of a JCPOA with North Korea to make sure that we have global peace.
So much conviction in those words that mean absolutely nothing. I'm sure by now you might have catched the fact that she's not 100% on planet Earth. We might find the reason later, but by now this is acting pretty much like a one-dimensional romance scam. Only she is scamming herself. Weird concept. She gave away her money blindly. She is in love with someone whom she has never met nor talked to, a famous man. She also thinks she's engaged and bought herself a wedding dress because Jennifer thinks any minute she will rule Russia alongside her future husband.
Now, she went to try to get it to Canada?
Yes.
Because she was going to go to Alaska, so...
She could cross the Bering Strait to be into Russia.
Yeah.
Well, she was detained at customs just for the fact that she didn't have the funds.
Jennifer's reasonings on her failed trip was that Nancy Pelosi got her detained because she is so powerful. Pelosi couldn't let Jennifer mingle in the Kremlin because she's convinced she can talk to every world leader and change their minds, work plans with them, and even stop wars. And she was so sure she was gonna make it, she gave power of attorney to one of her kids. That's the only rational thing Jennifer has made.
These are some of the Facebook posts that she's put up. I can feel that you want your wife, me, with you. I can feel that longing pulling on me. It was a very, very good morning, waking up next to you every morning as your wife will be even better.
Again, Facebook doing a disservice to humanity. I wonder the comments she had received. Not very welcoming for sure. It's ridiculous, especially knowing their special communication line. If he wears a special tie, it's because of her. If she finds a random picture of him on Russia, that's the place Putin is going to take her once they are together. It makes it very difficult to understand and put yourself in her shoes.
And it started out politically, and from there it started to develop more of a friendship. I've actually had visions of him coming in on the presidential plane and me going back to Russia with him. Back when I saw Vladimir wearing the cross necklace, that's when my world stopped. I just felt I had to do everything I could to help him.
There's a lot of people in the world that wears cross necklaces. Why did she pick him? And about the dreams. I tend to have nightmares a lot. Not complaining, I kind of like it.
You what?
But imagine if you had a horrible dream and instead of thinking it was probably anxiety or a bad sleeping position, it's an omen. That is a horrible way of living. No thank you, ma'am.
But I think the motivation for them being here is not because of concern. I think it's character assassination. I feel like because of what I'm doing, and I haven't shared fully the depth of my involvement with these governments and world leaders, and they can't explain this to people, and I think it's embarrassing to them.
This is disturbing to see. She's so entangled in her delusion she cannot see the kids suffering because of her actions. Jennifer thinks she is an important asset in the world of politics, and yet she is living in motels. Even she had a hard time understanding herself. She cannot put into coherent thoughts the reasonings about Putin not meeting her in person. He is grotesquely rich. He can call a private jet to get her to him. An easy phone call or video chat. The only answer she can give is because of politics, which is not an answer. Jennifer also tells Dr. Phil she is surely not crazy and she is open to be examined by a mental health professional. Another rational decision among the delusion.
Political stuff, you are not politically relevant.
You would say that, but there's evidence and proof of the stuff I'm doing. I exposed where there was a uranium mine in Siberia. Him and China are digging it out right now.
No, you didn't.
They introduce what I believe is the son-in-law and give a little bit more information of Jennifer's character. Apparently, she has always had a big ego. Wherever she got money, instead of helping her young kids, she will spend it on makeup or nails. Herself. She's always first. Makes sense because she has been married 3 times, the same amount of divorces as well. And according to Corey, after her last divorce, she lost her mind.
You know, I had a dream right before he was born, and the Lord had me praying for 2 days straight for him. He was born dead for 4 minutes, but yeah, I don't see or hear from God. He had me praying for that baby to live.
I hear you talking about you solved this and you fixed that, and it's all about you.
But there's a possible explanation of her behavior, and the answer might be in Jennifer's childhood.
I was diagnosed with PTSD from a prolonged series of childhood neglects and abuses. There was some molestation that went on, verbal abuse, a lot of physical abuse growing up. My mother lied about the paternity of my father, so I grew up thinking my dad is dead.
My guess is because of everything she experienced in her formative years, she felt she wasn't in control of herself, so she wanted to control everything. She grasps for interactions that won't leave her. Her parents couldn't protect her, her marriages failed, but in a fantasy world, nobody can leave and she is important. She is the most important person in that world she created. The problem is, because she is very lonely and obviously mentally ill, the line got blurred over time and affected her reality. The good thing is she kept her position of being analyzed by a professional. I could not find an update, but hopefully she followed through the program and could regain control of her mind. If you know anything about this case, leave it in the comments. I think there was a weird news about Jennifer being another person who was accusing Biden of something.
He had his hands underneath my clothes, and it happened all at once. He had one hand underneath my shirt, and the other hand, I had a skirt on, and he went down my skirt and then went up.
But it was not true. Apparently the ladies just look alike. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and give it a like. It really helps. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.